Hey there guys, welcome back to ARTFX Studios Tutorial Tuesday Season 2 about Glitch Hop. And this video was gonna be the mixdown video, but I'm gonna do a production session. I'm gonna do the last details of this track. So you can hear the track on my SoundCloud, how it currently sounds, and I'm gonna dive straight into making this better. So after this video you will be able to analyze your track and sort of like pinpoint out to what you need to add to make it any better. So let's get started. I've made a couple of, I made a little list of things that I want to do, and I've got one thing that I want to start off with. I'm going to take the Vengeance samples, and let's go to, like that. I'm going to drop this right here. Let's zoom in a little bit. I'm going to drop it right there. And I'm going to open up this clip, turn on warping, and let's just make it a little bit longer, like that. Set this to, so that ends right there. I'm going to group this in a new group track called FX2. And let's bring the volume down a little bit of this one, to -12, something like that. That sounds interesting. For the warping mode, I'm gonna select the texture one, which is a little bit different. Creates that sort of thing. I'm gonna bring the flux down. And let's bring the grain size down. I like that. I'm going to add an auto pen to this. I'm gonna set this to a sync rate, bring the rate to 1/16, the amount up all the way. So we get that. I'm also gonna add a chorus in front of the auto pen, just a little bit, bring dry wet down. So we get that. I can add an auto filter. Do that. And I'm also going to add an EQ8. And I'm going to make this automation go like that. Like that. The EQ8, I'm gonna take out all of the low end, something like that. Maybe a little bit lower. Yeah. Okay. I can make this a little bit faster. Let's just turn it to the hertz mode. And I'm going to automate this so that it becomes faster over time. So we're going to get something like this. Bring it up. Bring this up as well. Bring this down a little bit. Sounds pretty cool. The next thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna add a riser right here. So for the next effect, I want to have some kind of a rising sound right here, and I'm going to use granular synthesis. So I've loaded up the Max for Live Granulator 2, and I loaded up one of the Vengeance effect sweeps into that particular one. In the filter view right here, I took down the release time, so there's no release, it's just a static sound. The grain size is pretty small, therefore we get that. And I'm going to automate that grain size to become even smaller over time. So let's do this. Which is pretty interesting. I can start a little bit lower if I want. Maybe, oh, maybe a little bit higher. That sounds good. I'm going to turn on the LFO with a pretty slow cycle, and I'm going to add that to the file position. So we get. I'm also going to re-trigger that by doing that. Like that. Sounds pretty cool. I can also add that LFO to the grain size. Gonna help to make it a little bit more random. I'm also gonna bring the spread up a little bit, which gives us a little bit more stereo width. And I'm also gonna offset the left and right phase of the LFO a little bit. Which gives us even more stereo width. Let's bring the amplitude modulation up a little bit. Not too much, just a little bit. And right here, this is the actual shape of the grain itself. So it's set to standard, and then we have a rising and then a downward shape. If I set this to rise, then we start at 0 volume at the start of each grain, and we go up to maximum volume, which is pretty cool. I can bring up the spike to create this. But let's do it like that. I'm gonna add an auto filter to this because I want to have sort of like I'm gonna start all the way at the top, gonna drop down to 0, and then I'm gonna go back up again. So we get this, and then we go back up. So let's bring it to somewhere around here. That sounds really cool. Let's add. I'm gonna bring this one down a little bit because I don't think we need to go up all the way. Right here, let's go into the granulator, grain size. Right here, I'm gonna make the grain size smaller again. And I'm also gonna go into the auto filter. Let's make it go down a little bit. So let's see how that sounds. I'm gonna add an utility to the start. Do that. Yeah. Let's add an overdrive. So we get a little bit more volume now. I'm then going to add an EQ8. Use a high pass times 4 to get rid of all the low frequencies. Like that. Let's freeze and flatten this. So we now have this as a sample. And let's go to the next part. So I've now done the same thing for the second build-up part, which is right here. I've created another same sort of like riser, also using the granular synthesis kind of thing. I'm gonna show you the riser itself. Sounds like this. You can see how that works. It's the same technique as this one. The only difference is I've automated the grain size to become smaller and smaller and smaller over time. And that is what's creating that weird kind of sound right at the end of the riser. Together with the rest of the track, it sounds pretty cool. It definitely fills out that little part, this build-up part. And that leads us to the drop. The drop itself sounds pretty cool, but I want to add something. I want to add some kind of a cymbal sound or a ride or anything like that. So I'm going to use a MIDI track. And on this MIDI track, I'm gonna load up a drum rack, like that. And let's see. Let's go to my samples library. And let's see, what am I going to do? Samples, acoustic drums, jazz funk kit might be what I'm looking for. That sounds pretty cool. I'm gonna load up that crash sample. It sounds like this. Pretty good, like it. I'm gonna bring the release down so I can do that. Make it really short if I want. Then let's add a 4-bar clip right here. And let's loop that. So let's make it short. And let's drop the volume down. Or make it longer. Let's see what works. I like it, but I think it's a little bit too long. That sounds better. And I can add a little bit of the reverb to get that. Okay, I'm also looking for some kind of a ride. That ride sounds good. Bring that release down as well. And let's add that ride, like that. And let's just duplicate this. Could take a different ride. That sounds pretty interesting. I'm going to add an EQ8 right after this. I'm gonna take off everything below 300 hertz maybe. Like that. And I'm gonna make the last one a high shelf, bring it up a little bit. Do that. Bring it down. So we get this. Let's see how it sounds when I put this at the offbeat. I can delete it right here and right there. And I might want to think maybe it's better if I make this one longer. Let's make that one longer. Let's do this. Let's see how it ends. I like that longer one at the start. Let's see how it ends right here. Okay, that sounds really good. Then right here on the breakdown, I'm going to add that crash as well. Like that. And I might even add that crash at the start of the build-up. Yeah, I like that. Now, what I can do is I can take this whole thing and I can copy that over to the second drop and take this and let's duplicate this again. Now I need to zoom in because we have that weird kind of thing going on right here, that where we have that little pause and then we continue it. So let's do that. And I can see right here that I don't need that, so like that. And I'm going to take my crash, drop it at the end, right there. Right there. And I can make this a lot shorter to sort of like give it that nice end. Okay, I like that. Next thing. Right at the start of the drop, I think it would be nice to add some sort of a sound effect. So I'm gonna add a new audio track and drag that into the effects 2 group. This is my audio track. And I'm gonna go to my Foley samples library. These are all free downloaded sample packs. You can find them on the internet and they're really great. And I just like to look around in these folders and see if I can find some interesting stuff. For instance, let's go to Tools, see if we can find something cool. Let's go to Impact and let's just see. I can use that. I'm gonna drop that right at the start of the drop. And the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna adjust the start position. So that starts right like that. Then I'm gonna go and zoom in a little bit. Let's make it a little bit shorter. It's really subtle, this one, but I don't mind that it's really subtle, because that's what actually makes this whole part work, you know? It sort of like adds a little bit more punch to that start of the drop, when we start with that. I mean, this is without, and this is with. It's so small, you most likely won't recognize it, but it definitely works and sounds pretty good. Let's add an EQ8, get rid of any possible low frequencies. Okay, I'm going to add that to every, let's see, every 4 bars. So let's duplicate that, like so. I can then copy this and paste it right here in the second drop. And let's duplicate this. That's the next thing done. Within the drop, I think that the snare something is generating an awful lot of reverb with quite some low frequencies in there. I think it's on this one. No, it's not. Yeah, it is coming from this one. Okay, let's add an EQ8 to this and get rid of some of those lows. I'm going to add an EQ8. And I'm going to add that EQ8 to the main drums group. Right at the end, in front of the glue compressor. So let's drop it there. And I'm gonna add it to the snare. I want to give this snare a little bit more presence in the higher frequencies. So that punches through the mix. That sounds great. Definitely the snare became a little bit more prominent in the mix, and that's really great. I'm gonna make it a lot more isolated when I'm gonna do the mix down, but I'm gonna do that by using some sidechain compression to really give the snare and also the kick a little bit more room. Let's see, the breakdown. In the breakdown, I'm also gonna use this one. But I'm going to make it shorter, and I'm gonna add a volume fade. So we're only gonna use the second part of it. I can take this one out. Which makes it sound a lot better. Like that. During the build-up, the second part, we have that clap going on. I like that. That sounds pretty good. I might wanna add some lower frequencies like that. Okay. I've already changed the noise on the second build-up, which went a little bit on too long. I took that out, and it's stopping at the right position now. I want to make my hats a little bit louder. So let's go into this one, I think. Yeah. Let's bring up this one, see what I've done. Okay. I'm gonna go and add a utility to this one. Make it a little bit louder. Just a little bit. A little bit more highs. This makes the offbeat hi-hat a little bit louder, because that is in this particular frequency range. So that really works. And let's see what we've got. I think the bass can be a little bit louder. Now, I'm not gonna do that right now. Or maybe I might. Let's see if I drop it to -10. Okay, I'm going to go to my user library, presets, audio effects, audio effect rack, and I'm going to use my frequency splitter. Because now I can say I want to have the sub a little bit louder. Oh, let's go to the sub. I want to have the sub a little bit louder. Maybe a little bit more highs as well. Go into the highs. I can open up the glue compressor and see what we've got right here. Gentle 2 bus might be interesting. Okay, that sounds better. We have a little bit more sub now. Let's see, how does the track start? Okay, that sounds good. I think I'm done now. Yeah, I think I'm done. I can make this one shorter. And let's save this. So I'm going to play you the track now. all the way through the end and you can listen to this. This is the final video of this particular Tutorial Tuesday season. This is the last production related video of the Tutorial Tuesday season. Next week I'm really gonna do the mix down and then I'm gonna do the mastering. So next week I'm gonna try to make the bass shine a little bit more, give it a little bit more space in the stereo spectrum. I might need to, you know, sort of like pan things a little bit more. Might be interesting. And yeah, other than that, I think we've mixed this quite good already. The only problem is that it's way too loud. We need to bring this down so that our master is peaking somewhere around minus 6 dB. And right now we're peaking at minus 0.3 dB. So that's way too high and I need to change that. I'm gonna do that in next week's tutorial video. If you like this video, then please subscribe to this channel. I'm gonna do a lot more videos. And there are gonna come a lot more videos even after the season. There's gonna be a lot of videos about production related things. I'm gonna try and recreate a lot of sounds that you guys want me to recreate. So if you have any sort of like requests, post them in the comment below and I'll try to get back at you as soon as possible with a new video. For now, I think I just need to play this track so you can hear how the final thing sounds without any mixing and mastering. And then I'll see you back next week. Peace!